have things in common. There's things where we go, you know what, you're missing this, ooh, here it is, you can have it. We have that. We have some of that happening. But in the first church, that was just crazy. It went wild. People wanted to be part of it, and there was a unity and a community that was just so inviting, so great. That's what church meant. That was the meaning. That's how church behaved. But they weren't just that. They weren't just open-hearted. They weren't. They were open-handed. They were open-handed because as soon as I flip over to the next part, it says that they actually sold things and gave it so that other people could have it, could have whatever the church needed. They actually sold their stuff and brought it to the church. So am I telling you, go sell your stuff? Go sell your house? Let's give it to Andrew, he can build a mansion in it's not even funny that I would even say such a thing. This is not in our culture to do that. But the point is this, we become generous, not just with our time, not just with our talents, but with our money. We become open-handed. Open-handed. Now, you go, well, how much is my money, all that. That's another sermon, okay? The point is this. You want to be transformed, we want to be transformed from being people who go to church to being the church. Wherever you go, whatever you do. For example, if I ask you, where is our church all the other times when we're not here? Is it still on 108 and 146? Or is it scattered everywhere? Wherever you are, that's where the church is. That's where the church is, wherever you are. So what happens then when Christians are generous? Huge things. We start moving from this idea of I'm going to church to receive something, right? We go to this big church because they have good programs. Because, well, what are we doing here? We could all be in a really nice church right now. Really nice. Right? That'd be the attitude. They have programs, they have everything there. Why are we working and doing this? Right? We can just go there. Well, that's because we are not people who go to church. We are the church. This is us. We want to be the church. And we become transformed towards that. Now, God is all grace. We get drawn to that. That is the point of being the church. If we need to teach, we need to encourage, we need to love one another towards this. Are we moving towards this? Towards this, being more of a generous church. So this is where it says this in Acts 2. It actually happened. They sold their possessions and goods, and they gave it to anyone who had it need. Like, what do you think God's view of all our stuff is? All the stuff I have in my garage, all the stuff I have everywhere, including the money I have in the bank. What do you think his view is? He owns it. He says, I was open-handed, and I blessed you with all of that. Right? Then I grab it. Okay, it's mine, I'm building more. Well, we can have a whole, see, if we don't watch it, we end up with another series here. But the point is this, okay? He owns it. What do you think his view of all your debts is? Well, they belong to you. That's your problem. You messed up your Visa bills. No. His view of all your debts, he owns it too. See, he owns everything. And he knows everything. And so once we start to release these things to God, it's so freeing, because it's like, your money, God, it's your debt, God, and I'm sorry if I messed up. Lord, change me. It's wonderful. And every day they continue to meet together in the temple courts. That's when they come together. They broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts, praising God and enjoying the favor of all the people. And there is the miracle. And the Lord added to their numbers daily those who were being saved. And their family grew. I'm talking about the Christian family. The overall family. All nations and tribes and came under one head, which is Christ. I want to show you something. That will be our action. Where it is. Aha. All right. So this is our website. I don't have really good connection here, so I can't. I'm not trying to show off our website. Go to the website www.connectingsurrey.com. You have to go. Check it out. You even get to listen to some other old sermons if you want. There's lots of things there. But here's the main thing I want you to know, and I just messed it up just a minute ago, but because I put 2 on one day. But this coming Tuesday, October 2nd, we're going to start playing this out. We're going to start actually doing it. Okay? If I'm the only guy here, I'm still doing it. We will start to meet on Tuesday. Anyone who's interested in the upper room or the connecting church, the Lao Connecting Church, doesn't even matter. What we can call ourselves, whatever we decide later. But anybody who's interested, right, then you come on Tuesday. Did I say 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.? Boy, that's a long day. All right, don't do that. Don't come at 8 a.m. I won't be here. And at 4 p.m. I won't be here either. This is an evening. See, I'll fix this, okay? So we're proofreading what I did just before the service. So we don't want to be here all day. We just want to be here for maybe an hour. Right? I just want, like, if you are interested in serving in our church, to become that kind of church where we actually reach out to lost people, we meet their greatest need, which is they need to know about Jesus Christ. That's the purpose, right? Then you come and we will talk about these things. We need elders, we need deacons, that will be a leadership team. We want to reinstate this. Those are mature people. There's different qualifications for different things. We need the worship band. We need people who are on the worship team to come. We have to come of one mind, of one vision and one mission. We have to. If we don't meet together, we won't know. On Sunday, we can't do it. Just coming on Sunday. We need people who can help us with administration, the things that I don't know how to do, V doesn't know how to do, maybe Tab doesn't know how to do, but there's somebody in the congregation who can do that for us, who can help us. And God will provide. He's provided with people who can help us reach out in evangelism. And God's going to bring children. So we need Sunday school, we need fellowship groups, we need Bible study. I got news for you. I'm not going to lead it all. That would be a terrible church. It's when you become involved that this will be a great church. When you don't need me at all, it will be a fantastic church. It will become a great time. So that's on Tuesday. Now I want you to give you. So I just want to live out Acts 2, basically. From now on, every single Thursday evening. So you're gonna Tuesday you're gonna go. Well, I can't make it Tuesday. I already have a plan. Don't worry. The following Tuesday, same thing. The following Tuesday, same thing. Any Tuesday you can think of, from now on, same thing. Until we've solved that idea, then we'll replace it with something else. Maybe a Bible study, or leaders training, or whatever. But Tuesday, that's going to be happening every Tuesday. Then on Thursday, this is something different. I want to have not that we're going to just pray. Now that could be a mistake too somewhere in there, so you can correct me later, but you'll get the idea when I explain it. I want to have a day of prayer for our church on Thursday. But that doesn't mean you don't pray all the other days. But on this day, we consciously want to pray for a special family. mine this time. Very special. We need your prayers, okay? I'll explain later. We're going to pray for everybody in the church, every family in the church. This is cool stuff, okay? Because I believe God's telling us to do this. I really do. We will pray, be mindful of that family. The following week, I actually put it in the wrong spot, but the following week, it will be, it looks like on the same day here, but I got to move it. But that will be V and Lynn's family. And the following week, see here, if you look up, here, you go to October, and then the following week, which is, I have to change it now, it'll be on the 18th. I'll fix this, and then we will see it all again next week. It will be over at Tav and Mom and Dad's house. So, what are we doing? The whole church is going to pray. If you want to fast, and maybe I'll teach about fasting, right? Like, you can give up a meal, or you can give up something during that day, just so you're closer to God, and we were thinking about this, right? Please think, because when you come to my house, you're going to see my problems. You're going to see different situations. Like, some of the things you might assume is, wow, he's got this huge house. Why do you need a big house like this? Stuff like that. Pray for me of that. Joanne and I need prayer, right? So what we do is you go, so you pray, and then at, what did I say there? Between 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock, you come to my house. Everybody in the church, we got to tell them, okay? So we'll be expecting a lot of people. We're not going to have a big meal for you. We're not going to do any of that. We'll have coffee and some cookies. And we'll pray again together. We'll pray for my family. We'll pray for our church. The following week, we will do this. The following Thursday, we will do the same thing. But we'll go to V's house. And then one by one, we will be showing up at every one of your houses. You go, oh my gosh. That's it. I don't want to be a member of this church. Well, you don't have to. We will make sure that we tell you ahead of time. Or maybe 2 or 3 of you can get together. We'll come together in that house. But the thing is, after a while, it's been my experience that people go, wow, this is great. Church is coming to my house next week. So you don't have, it'll be a good thing. But we will work it out, okay? If you can't be home, like one Thursday, you're going to go, Tony, we're all coming to your house. And I go, sorry, I'm in Kelowna, okay? Here's the key. Like, you may still want to go, but I won't be there. So we can change dates around. We got to use this calendar. And then what I'm going to do, if I get some time, is I'll make a big plan. Like, we can still do this because we're a little church. When we grow to 1,000 people, well, then it'll be hard to organize. Plus, it'll take forever to get to everybody's houses. But right now, it's not a hard job. It'll be really simple. You know what? That's so practical that it's almost scaring me. I don't know why I could never find my PowerPoint when to shut it off. Strangest thing. But we don't need it. Well, we do need it for the last song. So I think it is important that we realize, sorry to flip through this, we are a church under construction. We don't have to be perfect. God is not looking for us to be perfect, but we want to have the vision. We want to work towards being faithful followers of Christ who grow and who become stronger and who have the same passion that Jesus had when he said, go and make disciples. Go into all nations, making disciples. Let me pray. Father, as we calm our hearts, as we think about all these things, we just dumped so much. Father, I'm sorry if I dumped too much maybe this morning on my friends. Lord, you know our hearts. You know my heart. You know our motives. And so, Father, would you sift through all of this? Would you make sense of it? Would you talk to each one of our hearts, Lord, as we consider this challenge for us? Father, we become justified. We become just in your eyes. We know we belong to you. But then you work in us and you transform us and you change us from the inside out, Lord, by renewing our mind, by changing some of those things that are on autopilot and taking them off autopilot and getting us to and that's always hard. But Father, you want to do that. You want to change our minds, transform our minds by the renewing of our heart. And so, Father, I ask that you would touch our hearts, that you would give us vision and purpose that is in line with your vision and purpose, Father, as believers. And that, Father, that we would build and that you would grow a church that is pleasing to you. And so we just surrender all these plans, this message, all of these perhaps overwhelming ideas that I've spoken about. We just surrender them to you, Father, and just settle them into the right areas, to the right spots, and the right person, including my own heart, so that we might better serve you. Father, I thank you. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.